espresso machine, but very rarely use it. It's mostly when we have some special guests over who want cappuccinos or lattes or something. So we needed a good coffee maker, something that would make really good coffee, and we wanted it from beans this time rather than from just ground coffee. As you know, ground coffee goes bad rather quickly. All right, let's get into it. So the unit comes really well boxed. It's a very nice system. It comes with a charcoal filter as well that fits into the water tank. This little filter here actually is, the instructions say to soak it for 15 minutes before first use in just some cold water. We've done that, and then we've put it into this receiver, and just snaps, and it just goes in the back of the water the water tank, and it fits in there. It's secure in there as well. So we've done the other thing that it asks us to do, and that is that we've run one full thing of water. We did not use the really nice gold fine mesh reusable filter for that run, just in case there was something in the system that might be, I don't know, get stuck in here or whatever. So we used a standard paper filter. We've run that through. The water looked clear. We're done with that now. So we can now go back to our new gold filter, and this is very simple. Just closes on the top, and it locks in place when you press it. It's click, click. So it's time to see how this thing works. We're going to take off this top. This is nice because it seals around the rim, which means that there's no moisture, no air, and when you're using beans, it keeps them relatively fresh. We have some Sam's bought French roast beans because I couldn't find the beans I really wanted, and it's just a matter of filling this to a little bit. There's our beans in there, and I tell you, this is the first run that we've done with this machine, so we're all going to share this together. And then this just goes back on top, and it locks in place, and it closes and seals very nicely. From here, we have an on and off switch. The on switch comes on, and because we're going to be grinding, if you're running just water or you're doing ground beans, which this is also capable of, you can just push this grind off button and use a paper, or you don't even have to use a paper filter, but you can use just regular ground coffee in the hopper and it will grind. But we want to grind this time. When you first turn it on, of course, you've set the time, which we've already done, and you have the opportunity to set the number of cups that you are brewing. Because we're going to be filling this with a full 12 cup load, we set that to 12. And then on the strength, we just can start with a mild, a medium, and a strong brew. I happen to like very strong brews, so let's see how that works. I've got cold water in here. All we're going to do is fill the tank. It's a full 12 cups. Now I will tell you that in playing with this initially, the one thing that I'm not really all that excited about is the top of this carafe. Most places, as you know, the carafe lifts up on a lever. This one has these little indentations, and it just comes off completely. I'm not sure I'm all big on that, because when you put it back on, you have to make sure it snaps in place, but we'll probably get used to it. All right, so we've got the water tank filled, we've got our beans in here, we've got our grind set and the number of cups of coffee that we're going to brew. This little button in the middle of the cup setting is where we start it, and we're going to start it right now. Let's listen and see how this sounds. Remember, it's filling what would normally be the filter pot with the right amount of ground coffee now to brew. So let's see when it stops here. Finally, I guess it's the heavy strength that caused that. And now it's going to start running through. So we'll just let it go here for a minute. I'm going to stop the video at this point. I'll come right back to you in the next second. It's already brewing, and we'll see how it does, and we'll test it and see how easy the gold filter unit is able to clean real easy. All right, we'll be back in just a sec. All right, well, it's done, and we timed it from the time it started actually brewing through the filter. It took 7 minutes and 15 seconds to completely fill our 12 cup pot. A couple things before we test our coffee. There is a warming capability on this system. I hate some of the coffee makers that we've had that shut off after 15 or 20 minutes, and you still have half a pot and you want to keep it warm, and you come back and want to get a cup of coffee and it's lukewarm, if that. This one can be set up to 4 hours of warm time, so that is an easy programmable feature of the coffee maker. It comes set as its standard at 2 hours, but it can be extended up to 4 hours. Additionally, there are instructions in the manual for how to clean this thing and decalcify it. This is very important to us here because the water we happen to have in the house here is got some heavy amounts of calcium, so things build up in a hurry. We'll probably clean this a little more often than you would normally with really good clean water. And you do get a clean...
Wait, you haven't seen the best part yet. Here are some amazing offers and specials available for one time only. You can't afford to miss it.